Singing with your authentic voice. Did you know that not two snowflakes are alike? That's incredible. Think about it when it snows. Thousands and thousands of snowflakes fly, and there are no alike. Not two are alike. If you take them to the lab, you see little differences. The same thing is for voices. We have similar voices, similar sounds, but not two voices are exactly the same. And singing with your authentic voice is the absolute base to be recognized as a singer. When young singers, and I say young singers because that's probably the most common mistakes I see. The most common mistake is to imitate other singers. When a young singer hears a song, they listen to that song and they imitate not only the voice sound, but also the interpretation, the musicality and the phrasing. And then it's basically a, I'm going to say, cheap copy of that piece of art, of that work. But if you're really learning how to find your authentic voice, first you have to find it. I'm going to tell you how here very soon, but also to stay connected to it. Then you already have an incredible base. And this base you need to be recognized as a singer. How do you find your authentic voice? You find it by vocalizing. When you do the vocalies in this course, you have me sing them for you, and it's okay to imitate the position and some of the sound, but you will hear that when you sing with me, you hear yourself more, hopefully. And then you just sing through them, and you also sing the songs. At the end of each module, we have a song. You sing that song. First, you look at the sheet music. There's sheet music for all the songs, and then you look at it, you listen to it, and then you sing it yourself with the playback, alone, not with me, alone with the playback. And the pieces are classical, and it's really good that they're classical because this trains your voice the most. We spoke about this and why bel canto technique is the most important base for any style of singing. When you're learning a new piece of music, I strongly recommend that you get sheet music, and I have talked about this in a previous video. It's so important that you sing with sheet music and that you learn that piece correctly from the very beginning. Do anything you can to get that sheet music. Just on very rare occasions, and especially with modern pieces, you do not get the sheet music because it's not printed yet. In that case, it's okay to listen to the song from another artist, so you know the song first before you work with the playback. But one of the really good things to do and helpful tools so you can connect and find your authentic voice and then sing with your authentic voice is to record yourself. Now you probably go, oh no, I don't want to do that. And if you having trouble listening to yourself, please know that you're not the only artist out there. As a matter of fact, I don't know any artist who likes to listen to themselves. I just don't. I accompany projects in recording studios when students are recording a new audio, a new CD, a new album, and I can tell you that it's every single time, 10 out of 10, it's the same. We sit down, we'll listen to the recording, and they all go, oh gosh, no, that's me, because you seem to hear all the flaws. But I tell you, and by the way, it's the same with me, but I learned how to appreciate my sound, and I'm going to ask you to do the same. Take your phone, I hope that you have a recording device on it or any other recording device, and record yourself first with the vocalies, and you don't have to record a whole hour. You just record sections. And then you sit down very neutrally and you listen to yourself. And then you write down what you like about your voice and about your sound. Hopefully that is at least a couple of things. And then you also write down what you dislike and what you would like to improve. And you do the same thing with your songs. You can just record a section of a song. You can also record a whole song, but I recommend to just work section by section and to very neutrally hear what you would like to improve and also what you like about your voice, what makes your voice unique. The voice qualities are different with each one of us because of our gender, because of our upbringing, our cultural environment, because of the size of our bodies, especially the size of our larynx, the size of our neck and skull. Those things all determine the size of our voice and the color of our voice. For instance, you hear when a singer is real Italian, when they are Italian speaking, you hear also, especially in the classical field, you hear that smooth and legato and round and warm voice. And appreciate that we all have different voices. And please don't do the mistake that one of my students did, but she learned from that. She's a student who sings with a lot of passion. When she sings, your heart just opens and you melt. It's a beautiful voice. She does not want to become a professional singer, but she was always afraid to sing in front of others. And then one day she sang so well, because that's what my students do. All of you make incredible progress. And what she did is she started to organize karaoke nights because she thought, hey, I'm singing so well, I want to share this. What happened? She had other singers go there, and she had another soprano that sang a duet with her from a musical, and then she had two male singers. One of them was a baritone, and baritones, they have a little bigger and of course darker and lower voices than her as a soprano. And that has to do because of the gender, because of the size of the larynx. Males usually have bigger larynxes, and baritones and basses especially. And so the voice was, I would say, fuller, richer, and of course louder. And she said she sang that duet first with her other colleague who was also a soprano, and she was quite happy about the way she sang. And then this baritone sang something by himself, and then another duet with the other tenor. And she said she just shriveled. She was, all of a sudden, she felt like she wants to disappear. She doesn't even want to go on singing because she said, my voice is so soft and I don't have that strength. And also I cannot sing that low. And when she told me, we really worked through that process, because I made her see that it's, when you hear another singer, especially when it's a singer that sings, I'm not going to say better, but I'm going to say different, then appreciate what they have. See what you like in them, also see what you dislike in them. But in her case, we got her to continue with those karaoke nights, and now she even sings duets with this baritone. Just to tell you that it's such a misconception and such a mistake to actually think that you should compare your voice, and especially when you have a singer that sings different, to doubt yourself. It's a normal process, and remember that singing is so incredibly personal because we have our vocal cords and vocal folds in here, and we carry our voice our whole life long, and you hear anything in the voice, and singing is so personal. So let's go back to your authentic sound. Film yourself, record yourself, really listen to your sound, and also watch yourself. And the third thing is to practice in front of the mirror. When I started practicing in front of the mirror, I noticed that I'm not even looking at myself. I was looking all over the place. How is this and how is this? But I actually wasn't seeing the way I sing. It's really an interesting thing that happened. And once I learned to actually watch myself singing, I made such incredibly big progress. So those are the three things: record yourself, film yourself, and practice in front of the mirror. And that way you will start to build your inner, true, authentic voice, the one that is by nature meant to be your voice. If you want to imitate other singers and other voice colors just for fun, then do that. But don't sing like this permanently. Sing with your authentic voice, because I'm sure it's an amazing instrument.